Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 came out in 1990, the year of my birth. And I have to say, I literally just watched this, and I think it might be my number two favorite film in this franchise. Of course, it has its positives, it has its negatives. However, there's something about it that I really, really enjoyed. I liked the 90s feel that it had, especially in the third act. Once that music came on, I was like, definitely a 90s feel to it. I really also enjoyed the characters in this film. Michelle, we know she's our final girl. However, Benny is the MVP for me in this film. It was also great seeing Viggo Mortensen, who I've only ever known as Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings films. It was great seeing him in a different role where he is chaotic, where he is part of that Sawyer family, and he is so unhinged. But it was great to see him. Obviously, he's a little bit younger in this film, but he did a great job too. I really enjoyed the fact that for the majority of the runtime, our characters were in a forest-like setting. And that forest-like setting always gives me that horror vibe. So I think that was a plus for me and probably why I also enjoyed this film a lot. I also enjoyed the fact that, like many of the past films that I've watched for this franchise, they tend to have really good cinematography, especially when the characters are running away from Leatherface. They're often beautiful shots and a lot of, I'm sure, iconic shots that many people remember from these films. Another thing that I haven't really focused on in my previous reviews and that I absolutely love about these films is the use of practical effects. There is no way that you can convey all this carnage, all of this nasty looking things without using practical effects. And of course, obviously, I know that you can use CGI, I know that you can use digital rendering, but practical effects makes it just look so beautiful, so real. And these films have nailed that aspect, in my opinion. But now, on to the negatives. In regards to this franchise, I am starting to understand why people, although it is highly regarded, it's also not highly regarded. And it is because of the lack of continuity. The canon is kind of all over the place. It's a little bit of mumbo jumbo. Although the central family remains to be the Sawyer family, the person in the Leatherface mask is not Judd, is not Bubba, it is now Junior. So there's a little bit of confusion in that aspect, and I understand, or I'm starting to understand, why it's so confusing, why it's so all over the place. Another thing, where are all these Sawyer family members coming out of? But now on to my valuable lessons that I learned from this film. The first one, do not take any instructions or directions from some rando you just met at the gas station. That's a big no-no. You never know what you're being set up with, so if you're looking for directions, get it from somebody that's maybe either the gas attendant, which in this case I wouldn't have trusted him either, or somebody maybe more official. And then the second is, and this is adding to one of my previous lessons, if you're going to walk into a random house, which you shouldn't, but if you do not go chasing after some weird, creepy looking child. That'll never end well. This was a very fun watch, and I would recommend it. I look forward to hearing your guys' thoughts in the comments on this film, and as always, you guys, thank you so much.